Putin has proposed unconditional talks in Istanbul but rejected a 30-day ceasefire. How does Kyiv assess this? Is it genuine peace overtures or tactical delays in their perspective?
Greetings to you, Riham, and greetings to all audience, and greetings to the guest. From Ukrainian perspective, those statements of Putin demonstrate the fact that he don't need real talks. He needs to see Ukrainian capitulation, as it was 3 years ago in Istanbul. That time, Russia was sure that now Ukraine signed capitulation, but as Ukraine succeeded to, let's call it so, defend our capital, Kyiv, and when, after releasing the villages and towns near to our capital, among of them was city of Bucha, where we find an enormous quantity of crimes committed by Russian soldiers, we said that, we are not ready to say that everything okay, let's talk, if you committed so many crimes. So any crime should be punished. And after that, there was doubt in that time negotiation. Now Russia actually want to return to it and return to their proposition to Ukraine to capitulate. But Ukraine don't want capitulation. Ukraine, yes, we suffered from those every night shells and every night attack that resumed this night after small pause. But nevertheless, we need not only peace, we need just peace. And that's why I'm not sure that without steps from Russia towards 30-day ceasefire, as our partners proposed, there could be some achievements. Now we see a reaction of Emmanuel Macron, who said that at first 30 days ceasefire, then talks. And several hours ago, Kit Kellogg, the special envoy of President Trump, said about 30 days ceasefire. So it means that either Russia go on it, or there will be no talks in Istanbul. We will see. Several days just remain. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Hussein, what about you? Can we get your opinion on this? Putin's refusal for the 30-day ceasefire and his calls for Istanbul talks reflect, in your opinion, what kind of strategy? Is it political maneuvering, military confidence, or a mixture of both?
Giving to you and your guest and the evidence, I think President Putin used a dual strategy combining political maneuvering and military confidence by rejecting prolonged ceasefire. He signaled the call for talks and determination to maintain military pressure, while Istanbul allows him to present him as open to dialogue. On his terms, this approach leverages both military leverages and diplomatic optics to control the narrative. I think President Putin don't want this truth because a lot of reasons. First reason, he thinks that the ceasefire can Ukraine use it to recognize military and regain military and provide him Western force, weapons, and it's a potential chance to Ukraine and think that Putin wanted Ukraine to be in his control all time.
Okay, Mr. Roos, back to you again. Now, Zelensky has insisted that ceasefire must precede negotiations, with Moscow continuing to refuse this. Does Ukraine still see diplomacy as something that's viable, and are they willing to meet in Istanbul for negotiations?
Of course, diplomacy remains on the main track, but we understand that without pressure on Russia, without sanctions, without actually military support to Ukraine, it will be very hard to diplomacy to play the key role. Because now, as of now, we have a feeling that Russia is sure that they can win this war. That's why they don't need those talks. I agree with your guest. But on the other hand, Ukraine always said that, guys, 3 years ago, Russia stayed near to our capital, Kyiv. Now, in March 2025, Russia was happy that Ukraine was sent out of their Kursk region. So if we looked at such dynamics, I have a question. Where Ukrainian soldiers theoretically could be in 3 years. If now we are in the Kursk region, furthermore, 2 days ago, our soldiers returned to some part of the region. I think that even though success that Russia has on the front line, it's not so serious. And according to calculation, if Russia preserved the progress that they have now, they needed 247 years to control whole Ukraine. So, of course, it's a very large period, and that means that the dynamic of Russia is not so high. Plus, we understand that Russia needs support from their allies, for example, from Northern Korea. And if before that Russia reject the role of Northern Korea soldiers in the war against Ukraine, now several days ago, the chief of staff in Russia, General Gerasimov, said that yes, Northern Korea soldiers played a key role, and President Putin on the 9th of May parade said that, oh, we're thankful to Northern Korea soldiers, they played their big role. It means that big Russia, with a lot of people, need some other soldiers. And that's another sign of the fact that not so everything good in Russia, and who knows what can happen till the end of this year, especially taking into account the situation in the Russian reserves. According to Russian Central Bank, they could disappear till the end of this year. Thank you.